And we're back on the point. Of course, I'm your host, Marcus Smith, my right-hand man, Akil Williams, and on the left wing, Matthew Ezerike, who's back from the holidays, and special guest, Averion Hurts, Texas Southern University quarterback. My man, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. I thank y'all for having me on.
It's our pleasure, man. Anytime. You know you're welcome. More than welcome. But let's get into it. The last segment we were talking about the resignation of Coach Asberry, and I know you being the starting quarterback. Let's talk about how you feel about that, just to break the ice a little bit.
I mean, me personally, me and Coach Asberry were really close. I mean, I really looked at him as a father figure, you know, and he was that for a bunch of us as players. And I feel like he's going to be missed very dearly.
This is my thing with Coach Asberry and what's going on at Texas Southern University, because me being a fan and covering the team since last season, I think it needed a change. So for him to step down was the right decision, just for the university. I'm not knocking him as a head football coach, but I think some things that was going on, probably, we're not in the locker room, we're not on the field. I see y'all practice sometimes, and I feel that some games is listening, you know, not giving the speeches, the rumors going on with that, the tension in the locker room, mixed reviews on him stepping down. So I feel that your take might be different from everybody else, because we feel that, you know, we need change in this university. So what do you say to fans about what they said about Asberry?
Well, I mean, I'm a firm believer in, you know, you never know what's going on unless you're actually there.
Right.
And, you know, we hear a lot of bad things from the outsiders about Coach Asberry, but they really don't know. Coach Asberry is a great man, and he fights for his kids. He always has, and that's one thing that he stressed since my first time here at Texas Southern. This is my second semester, working on my third, and man, Coach Asberry is a great man. It's no other way to put it, because he fought for us. You know, he wanted the best for us. I actually posted a picture on my Instagram of him, you know, getting into it with the referee, and a lot of people might have thought that, you know, he was a wild man going crazy. No, that was him fighting for his
no one
his
Asberry,
kids.
he fights for his players. Right. But I think, talking about this season, even though Jonathan Bowen started the Prairie View game, Labor Day Classic, I felt that Labor Day game is more than just a tune-up game or anything of that nature. It's the momentum game. But we seen last year, TSU beat PV in a close one, and they went on to go 5-0, but injuries came and kicked in for the team. And this year, Prairie View went on with Coach Willie Simmons. They went off to go on a run throughout the season. And us Tigers, we stepped down, and I think from game one, I think it was it wasn't there all the way with that team. And I feel with the Alabama State game, I just felt that was like the big lift. I think from that point on, I think it was like, man, I think this is something ain't right within this team.
Right. And, man, honestly, I feel like us as a team, not necessarily the coaches, but the players as a whole, we got to come to a point where we got to say, okay, screw it. We go buckle down and we all go buy into what coach is telling us, because coaches are going to give us the plan, you know. It's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. And they want the best interest for us, just like they want the best interest for themselves.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's really on us as a team to buy in and set that culture, that winning culture. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And Averion, in your opinion, what did it really come down to? Why wasn't Texas Southern as successful as you wanted it to be, and as Coach Asberry wanted to be? Because before the season, we talked to Mr. Mark Edwards. He said probably one of the key things is going to be discipline for the season. What, in your opinion, what is the key thing and the key factor why we weren't as successful this year?
Like you said, discipline. That played a key factor, and discipline was one of the things that we truly lacked. And I mean, without discipline, it's kind of tough to buy in. Like I was saying, we had to buy in. It's kind of tough to buy in with no discipline. You know, you can't buy into a culture. You don't know what that culture is about. You know, you're going to do your own thing. And I mean, I feel like that showed throughout the year, because we have spurts where we're good. We have spurts where, you know, we're not so good.
Yeah, exactly.
People on the outside media is going to look like y'all gave up on Coach Asberry, or Coach Asberry gave up on y'all. What do you say to the people that think about that way?
I mean, really, honestly, I don't know what to tell them, because at the end of the day, we're playing for Texas Southern. We're playing for the guys that are there in that locker room. We're playing for our coaches. We're playing for ourselves. You know, we're not playing for them. I mean, it's cool and stuff to have the fans, but at the end of the day, when you suit up, you playing for them 11 men on the field and those guys on the sideline cheering you on. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I can't really respond to them, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, and let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about Derek Griffin. This is first year playing. We know about high school, one of the most highly recognized receivers in the nation.
Right.
He supposed to go to A&M, that didn't work out. Miami, that didn't work. He comes to Texas University. What was your reaction when you knew he was playing the season in the beginning?
Well, when I got here in the spring, I was familiar with Derek, but I had no clue that he was playing football because, he gray shirted, so he didn't participate in the workouts and stuff that we were doing. But when I found out, I mean, I grew a bit of excitement because I knew the type of weapon that he was. 'Cause I saw him play at the North Shore Stadium when they played North Forest, I believe, 3rd round. Yeah, I knew it was a real deal. So just having him in my weaponry, that was.
And I felt that, I said this during the spring training, I said when I seen y'all play with you and Bowen, and I seen this offense run in the spring training, I said, man, this offense is going to make some noise in the SWAC. And I felt that it didn't live up to the expectations because I feel y'all had the best receiving core this. You had Clark, you had Cross, you had Griffin, you had Edwards. And I feel y'all had a tight end in Billy Rosenberg that I felt that I was shocked that he wasn't getting used as much.
Yeah.
And then the O-line didn't come all the way. It wasn't all the way there. It was like a lot of things that was going on with because the defense, it gave a lot of points. The whole SWAC gives a lot of points. The number 1 is like 22 points per game, and we sit right there. Number 2 with 23. And just talk about what happened with this offense this season.
Well, consistency. One, for myself, I wasn't as consistent as I wanted to be at the position because that position, quarterback, is a position of consistency. You can't be a great quarterback if you don't play consistently. And I like to take pride in myself, and I pride myself in doing the right things all the time. But we weren't consistent, especially at the quarterback position.
And my last thing before I get to you, Marcus, I say as a quarterback, I felt that this season it was a lot of switching going on with you and Bowman, and I felt that as a quarterback, it's more than just a position. You're the on-field coach for that offense, and I feel that chemistry got to be built with the line, the receivers, and the backs. And the switching going on was kind of iffy for me. And y'all threw one game, y'all threw in the homer, playing quarterback for the first time since last season.
Right.
And I felt being a quarterback, it's more of a mental thing. If you have eyes behind your back saying, hey, if we throw an interception, I might be taking out the game. Just talk about that real fast.
Well, honestly, I feel what you're saying about the compatibility and stuff with quarterbacks and the receivers and the linemen, but I mean that's what practice is for, and we all get our fair share of reps in practice, and at the end of the day we have to compete, so our teammates know us. So yeah, it may be a shock to you because you haven't seen them at that position, but our teammates know each other. We know each other, and we have a lot of repetition in practice, so we should be comfortable with. So when it comes time to switch, it's not a big surprise. Okay, well, we go rock with it. That's what we go rock with. If that's what coach wants, then that's what coach go get. Because, our coach is going to put us in the best opportunity to give us the best opportunity to win, shall I say.
Well, Hurts, over the season, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, which is great, and 3 rushing touchdowns. And you didn't start the whole season. You only started the last 7 games. So moving on from the Asberry era, looking into next season and preparing for the offseason, what are the steps the team's going to take to get better?
I mean, for one, we got to establish a culture, I was talking about culture initially, that's going to be big in Asberry leaving, he's going to be missed. But we got to move on, It's nothing we can do about it. I was always taught to control what I can control. And one thing I can control is my actions and the decisions I choose to make. And we're going to have to step up, and we got to have guys to fill in roles of leaders, We got to take ownership of this because this is our program. And if we want to go in the right direction, we know that's what we have to do.
All right, man. Appreciate your time. That's all we have for right now. We got to move on ourselves. Like I said, it's always an honor, man. Always.
You got potential, man. You got potential.
Appreciate it.
So there y'all have it. That's Hurts. With the next segment, we'll be coming back talking about our young black athletes and what's going on because we have a lot to talk about. Stay tuned. You're watching The Point.